Yo guys, what's up? Turn Green Go Ham here. Welcome back to the Dark Souls 3 100% walkthrough. Just to let you know, I did go out and farm a Great Corbian Scythe. Now, that's going to be our dark damage dealer. As you can see, though, it takes 18 dexterity. The next few points we're going to get are going to go into dexterity. I probably will go ahead and get that last point of faith to even out before I do that, but we want to get this to a usable status before we go into the DLC. Now, we do still have Archdragon Peak and all of that to get to, you know, we've got some time to make some souls, but a lot of the enemies in the DLCs are weak to dark, and those that aren't are weak to fire. So we want to make sure we have both weapons available. So in the last episode, we cleared out a good chunk of the Grand Archives. We're going to head back there now. We're going to go ahead and take down the roof area, and then we'll be headed on to the final boss of the area, the Twin Princes. Okay, so from here we're going to take our new shortcut. Don't forget there are a thrall or two around here. Get back here. And then another one's gonna, yep, drop in behind us and get the jump on us, unfortunately. Oh well, doesn't do a lot of damage. We'll head on in here, and don't forget to pull the switch. Don't just run right in there. Can't tell you how many times I've made that mistake. There's no coming back from that. Once we get up, we'll go ahead and send it back down. That way it's there, you know, for the next time we want to shortcut from the bonfire. We do still have some casters up there. There are also some hands, but we don't have to deal with those this time, so we're not going to go get the head dunk. What we're going to do, we're just going to run straight through here. And we'll take care of the one that's going to be out here. And just head on up. Okay, so last time we went ahead and did the lower path that leads back to the item on the roof. This time we're not even going to approach over there. We don't need to fight that gargoyle. And instead of dropping down there where all the Corvians are, we're going to go this direction. Remember, these gargoyles, they don't like dark. Stop dodging. Alright, bro. Come down here where I can fight you. He's just not going to come around that corner. Nice. Nope, and now we're out of magic. Unfortunately, their move mechanics can get the better of you. They're always going up in the air. Okay, so that took way too much effort. Up here we're going to have two crystal lizards. We're also going to have a gargoyle that comes down. He's right there. So we are going to try to get one of them. We can always reload for the other one. And he's going to pretty much do the same thing. It looks like it hung up on this corner here. And now that we've got him dead, we can do the reload for the other crystal lizard, but for that, we're actually going to go on this side so we can chase him into the roof here. That way he can't get away. And there we go. We got the other one. So there are more gargoyles for us. As we come around this way, there's actually going to be 2 on one roof. So what I like to do is try to get one to drop. And just deal with the one. Because 2 can get a little bit rowdy. There we go. Get the one's attention. Oh, bye. All right. That'll work. Now we've got the other one coming down. Whoops. Ran out of magic. And there we go, got him. I like checking out the views in the game. I love how the world is so interconnected that you can see from, you know, one area to another area. You can see there all the guys that were floating outside the previous boss fight, the Dragon Slayer armor. And then in here, we've got one caster. There he is. Oh, we ran around right at the wrong time. Pick him out. Grab our ember. Grab our undead bone shard. That'll be our last undead bone shard. And then we're going to kick this ladder down. Now we have a nice shortcut even further from the elevator that comes all the way over here. Now outside we have some NPCs we're going to have to deal with. Go ahead and take these guys out. Oh, nice. Alright, buddy. Calm down. And then we've got a knight over here. Now, we can take the knight from a different direction. We'll talk about that later, but I do want to go ahead and get rid of him here. Because either way, we are going to have to fight him. Be careful with that sword. Once he chants that sword up, it does do a ton of damage. So anyways, we got him taken care of. Go ahead and top off on our health and our MP here. FP, excuse me. Grab our Titanite chunks, and then we're done with this direction. Now we need to go out and take care of the NPCs. Once we take care of those, there's some... well, we're about to come upon 2 different Titanite slabs, so we can start thinking about leveling other weapons to the max. But as we get out here, you'll see we've got 1, 2, 3 NPCs up there. One of them is a caster. That's going to be the toughest one to deal with. But what you want to do is just kind of grab them and drag them backwards. Try to deal with 1 or 2 at a time here. So we're going to come all the way back here. And there we go. Got one down. Thinning the herd. That guy's move will hurt a lot. Ooh, I feel like I was sidestepping enough for that, but I guess not. And actually, since we've got the caster all the way up here, I'm gonna run in here real quick. Grab a chug to get some more magic. And take care of that guy. We get several special weapons here. And you're out of Estus. Sorry for you. Get the Sage's Crystal Staff there. And over there we get the Golden Wing Crest Shield. This right here, I've always thought that would be a great place for a little hidden doorway there. I mean, you can see it actually goes into a room. Anyway, let's continue on. We've got another major shortcut here. Large Soul of a Crestfallen Knight. And here we go. This is our main shortcut. This will lead us all the way back to the bonfire. We have picked up quite a few souls. Rather than carry them around, I think I will go back and spend them. I'll probably cut that out. Just know I'm going to put the points in dexterity to start getting ready for the Great Corvian Scythe. But I will see you right after that. Right back here, and we'll take on the Winged Knights, get our next Titanite slab. Okay guys, so now that we're back here at the Grand Archives, let me just show you I went ahead and got the last point in Faith to even out Intelligence and Faith, so we're not wasting spell buff, and then I put the next point in Dexterity. I did use the big soul we just picked up to be able to grab the 2 points. And now we're going to head on up and take care of some Winged Knights. We're going to get our last Estus Shard, one of our last few rings. When I say last few rings, I mean last few rings in the first playthrough. We're definitely going to have quite a bit more to do in you know, New Game Plus 2. First, we're going to head left. There's an item over here on a corpse. You'll always see a sign here that says "Try Finger Butthole." Just Dark Souls jokes, ladies and gentlemen. They're everywhere. So up here, we've got 3 Winged Knights. They won't fall down until we go through this arch, but you can see them up there on the tower. So Winged Knights, we're going to try to take care of one at a time. The first time you kill all 3, they're going to drop a Titanite slab. These guys are good for Titanite chunk farming, by the way. So we're just going to pop out this door far enough for them to, yep, drop down. And when they land, we get a shot in on one of them here. And he will come all the way out here, so be prepared for that. Especially this guy. Pretty easy to deal with dark orbs. They do take dark damage very, very well. So as you can see, large Titanite shards, Titanite chunks, really good farming here. And then this guy, we're going to kind of sneak up on, see if we can get a shot or 2 on him real quick. Whoop. That whirlwind attack will eat your lunch. So make sure you keep some nice space there. There you can see we got our Titanite slab. We can now take our Chaos Great Scythe up to max. We've got some stuff to do down in here. This is the last little area of the Grand Archives. Before we do that, we're going to head over here. And it's the next one, yeah. Run all the way to the end and get our last Estus shard. So now we have 15 Estus, and it'll be plus 10 after we go visit the bonfire. So maximum heals all the way around. There's another few archways over here. None of them lead to anything. But before we go down, we're going to go up this tower. Climb all the way to the top. And get our hunter's ring. Shortcut back. I always just drop out here. Take a little damage, but it's much faster. Okay, so from here, I'm going to drop down, and then we're going to drop on that cage. You can hear somebody firing down below. We'll take care of him shortly. Once we drop in here, Divine Pillars of Light. Now we want to drop onto this board. And there he is. You can see there is a caster down there. We've got to take care of him. Yeah, he got me. There's a trick to where you stand here. Where he can't hit you. And then you can actually get a nice plunge attack on him here. Oh, I can't believe I forgot that. Hold, please, and you'll see me right back up there. Okay, guys, so I knew it the second I plunged that enemy that I had totally forgotten the other item up on this catwalk. So before you plunge attack that guy, come over here and grab your blessed gem. It's not anything we're going to use, but why pass up free loot, right? Now, we can get our plunge attack here. And as you can see, not much more to do here. If we drop down here, you'll see we can end up back where the knight was. That being said, we're fixing to head up towards the boss, so before we do that, we'll just go ahead and homeward bone out of here. And we'll go back to the shrine. Let's see if we have enough souls to grab another level. Our next level is at 50. Let's see what this gives us. 5,000. Try not to use the big one there. Oh man, are you serious right now? I don't want to use the big one just for 400 souls.
Ah, well.
What can we sell here? We have plenty of embers, so we're going to sell one of those.
Ashen one.
Welcome. Very well. Hey.
So we grab our next point of dexterity, 2 more, and we'll be able to use the Corvian Great Scythe.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Or the Great Corvian Scythe. And now we're going to head on back to Grand Archives, and it's time for the journey to the boss. 1 more Titanite slab, and we'll have a summons up there. Before we do that, burn Undead Bone Shard. Now we've got our maximum Estus, and we'll go ahead and see Andre. I'm pretty comfortable with 9 heals, so I think we'll pick up another Ashen Estus Flask to make it 6.
Just what needs.
There we go. And we may actually move more of those into Ashen Estus as we go. This depends on where we're going. With a boss, I'd like to have a few extra heals. and then we will travel back to the Grand Archives. Okay, so we're gonna head back on up towards the boss. Now there is one more bonfire to hit before we do the boss. There's a significant lead up to the boss with a lot of enemies. So you could come from this direction and just take out those enemies on the way to the boss. But why do that when you can rest and get your Estus back right before the boss? Up here we're going to have just a ton of soldiers. Remember, these soldiers are all pretty weak to dark. So we're pretty much just going to spam these guys to make our way up there. I knew that was going to hit. Hit the side of that other one and push me over. Oh wow. So as you can see, those soldiers up there, they're all going to come down here. There's some actual bigger soldiers as well. It's pretty basic to remember when you're dealing with enemies in any location. There's going to be enemies that are weak to... That was a free cast fail there. There's going to be enemies that are weak to fire in any given location. But if they are a humanoid, they all tend to be weak to dark. So just remember that as you're choosing what spell to use and when. Like I said, we're just going to burn through our MP here. It doesn't really matter. We are going to have another bonfire shortly. There we go. Now we're on to the big boy. Whoop. Miscalculation on timing there, and there. Okay, boy. Slow down. There we go. Just need you to settle down for a minute there, Chief. Alright, so we're going to have some more of the big boy knives coming down the stairs here. Here they come. I'm going to kind of back up. Try to tackle one or two at a time here. Are you gonna... Yeah, there we go. There we go. Like I said, just abuse the FP, abuse the dark damage. And most importantly, try to tackle just one at a time here. These guys are great for Titanite farming as well. And you can get their set. Now, because we did Orbic's quest, his summon sign is here. It won't show up unless you have actually made him leave Firelink. So here is our last shortcut. And if you'll remember, once we get down here, I'll kind of point it out to you. This is right next to the Dragon Slayer armor bonfire. We called it the most useless bonfire. I guess it does have a use, even though you could just run from the Grand Archives bonfire. But if you remember, when we were here, there was already a platform here, but it said does not move. And since we were up and pushed it down, that means there's another platform down below. So we're going to send that back up. And here's our original platform again. But now that we've triggered the elevator, it'll actually move. So we're going to ride this down. And we're going to get another Titanite slab. And there we go. Now we have to get our elevator to the boss back up. So we'll re-trigger this. And while that's moving, we'll go over and rest and grab all of our Estus. And get ready for the boss. The knights that are up there will patrol away after you come up the elevator. So all you have to do is kind of pop up the elevator, wait for him to walk away, go grab your summon, and head on into the boss fight. Okay, so now that we've rested and we have all of our Estus back, it's time to head on to the boss. Now we'll pick up Orbic on the way. Like I said, walkthroughs I tend to go path of least resistance, and though he grabs a little more health, Orbic will really help you keep the boss's attention. That's really important in the second phase when you're trying to do damage to the younger brother who's on the back. So if he's turned away, you'll have an easier time hitting him. So we are going to bring him in, just to show you how that helps with the encounter. This boss has two phases. In the first phase, it's just the one brother crawling around on the ground. In the second phase, the other brother's going to climb on his back. Every time you kill the larger of the two brothers, the younger brother will bring him back to life. All you have to do is wait for those to path, and then you can run right over here. So every time the larger of the two dies off, the younger brother on the back will resurrect him. So the trick is you need to kill the, smaller brother on the back to completely kill the boss. That's in the second phase. Second phase, it does get a little more dangerous than the first phase. First phase, there's going to be a lot of teleport swings, and he's mainly going to use his weapon. In the second phase, he's going to have quite a few magical attacks. So for the boss, he is weak to lightning. Now, we don't have a chime for lightning yet. For lightning, you really need to be at 45 or 55 faith, because the only chime that we have that would do decent damage is going to be Kathas? Yeah, Kathas, because it does dark damage based on both intellect and faith. So to be able to throw lightning, which is his weakness, you really need a, max faith, at least 45, and then it becomes viable. So he's resistant to dark, so our go-to in this fight's going to be fire. That's why we put the fire ring on.
Oh dear. Another dogged contender. Welcome, unkindled one, purloiner of cinders. Mind you, the mantle of Lord interests me none. The fire-linking curse, the legacy of lords, let it all fade into nothing. You've done quite enough. Now have your rest.
Okay, so the first thing we need to do is watch out for the teleport. He's gonna, teleport in and start swinging. And then we want to let Orbit get his attention. And then we can really just start casting some fireballs at him. That big overhead is the biggest thing to watch out for with this guy. And he does have that where he'll throw a flame wall out at you. Mind the teleports there. We'll go ahead and top off. And that should, push him. So the big deal with this next phase is, once again, getting his attention off of you. He's going to come in and teleport. The hard part is really the camera angles, because you don't know where he's going to teleport,
Dear brother,
and then you can't see to time the swing.
I'm on my way.
Once you can get him in front of you, it's really not that big of a deal. As I said, though, we are mainly wanting to damage the brother on the back.
Unyielding sword of Lothric's prince. Rise if you would, for that is our curse.
Okay, so first thing to watch out for is going to be the teleport. He will be casting lots more magic spells at you and teleporting around. We really want Orbic. There we go. Get his attention. Ooh. And see, that's the problem with the teleport. You can't tell where he's at. Well, we want to be behind him. That way we can hit the younger brother. Ooh. And then when he comes down, make sure you're really just pelting him with all your spells. Whoops. I tried to buff. I forgot that was even on our bar. Alright, let's get a heal. Get some MP. And get back to doing some damage here. Target the younger brother. And there we go. Twin princes are down. So it can be a little rough with the teleports. So we got the Soul of the Twin Princes and Cinders of a Lord. So now we have all the cinders we need to initiate the final boss of the game. However, we're not done. We have 2 DLCs and we have the optional Archdragon Peak. We're going to go ahead and head back. Running a little long on the episode, so we'll go ahead and wait to level up in the next episode. In the next episode, honestly, I haven't decided which direction I want to go yet. I'm thinking Painted World first, followed by Archdragon, and then follow that up with the Ringed City DLC. I feel like Ringed City really should be the last thing that we do regardless, but before the next episode, we'll decide between Archdragon and Painted World. So, guys, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe and hit me up in that comment section down below. Till the next video, guys, thanks for watching.